Good evening. Welcome in Delhi UPSC Editorial audio program. Iran also ran Times of India. Second class. 5 years of hazy pollution mitigation. The Economic Times. Now the full editorial. Iran also ran the Times of India. Jaisankar's visit is useful, but New Delhi's key interest in West Asia don't know don't now include Tehran. For Foreign Minister Jaisankar's parleys with the Iranian leadership yesterday indicate a willingness to revive Indian interest in the Islamic Republic. That Jaishankar began his trip by meeting the Iranian road. Indian that Jaishankar began his trip by meeting the Iranian Road and Urban Development Minister, where discussion revolved around Chabahar Port and the International North-South Transport Corridor. Shows that the focus is back on infrastructure cooperation. However, coming against the backdrop of Houthi disruptions to road sea shipping, New Delhi Tehran ties have already entered tricky waters. Lost ground. Bilateral bilateral ties uh, no, dived after India reduced Iranian oil imports to zero following US pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal and reimposing full raft of sanctions against Tehran. This even impacted Chawar, although the project was exempt from sanctions. At one point, India could not find ship-to-shore crane suppliers of the strategic port. Meanwhile, China ramped up its ties with Iran by by inking a 25 China's expanding presence. Meanwhile, China ramped up its ties with Iran by inking a 25-year comprehensive cooperative agreement. Beijing has also been buying Iranian oil despite US sanctions. This new synergy between Beijing and Tehran creates an unstable obstacle for New Delhi Tehran ties. Afghan recalibration. Add to this the chaotic US withdrawal from Afghanistan that left India in a tight spot. New Delhi has had banked on a modus vivendi between Washington and Tehran to protect its Afghan strategic interest, but with the termination of the Iran nuclear deal and US high, uh, hightailing from Afghanistan, India's plans were quest. Arab-Israeli orbit. Simultaneously, India's ties with Gulf Arab nations have dramatically improved, and with some Arab nations normalizing relations with Israel, a key Indian partner. This trend has strengthened platforms like 2 2U2 Israel, I2U2 Israel, India, US, and UAE further align New Delhi's interest with Sunni Arab West Asia. navigating fault lines. India, therefore, is caught between Iran's axis of resistance on the one hand and the US Israel Arab partnership on the other hand. And despite the China mediated Saudi Iran deal last year, the war in Gaza and the situation with Houthi show the two best Asia rivals remain far apart, co- converging interest. But given the modernization drive in Gulf Arab states, Israel's economy, and growing India-US strategic partnership, New Delhi's interests lie here. Iran won't get off sanctions soon and is locked in partnership with China and Russia, while it helps New Delhi to not completely bum bridges with Tehran. Tehran needs New Delhi to balance Beijing. The two countries will remain on divergent paths in the near future. Second class autonomy in decision making for Indian women is a rare privilege. Blame our social structure. That it is a disadvantage to be a woman in India in general is no secret. It is also a subject widely discussed by pundits, but there are always questions about the extent of disadvantage. A recent survey on financial independence of women by DBS and CRISIL provides one kind of answer, the 0.5%. The survey said that the demographic where a majority of respondents had independence in making financial decisions are women over 45 years, or the ones who earn more than rupees 40 lakh a year. The income threshold stands out because it represents less than 5 of every 1000 T returns filed in 2021-22. Therefore, only women who are a part of the elite 0.5% income earners enjoy autonomy in financial decision making. Tip of the iceberg: to earn an income, women have to be a part of the workforce. India fares poorly here. World Bank data showed that only 25% of women in the working age population were part of the workforce, less than half the global average in 2021. Costs of immobility. Reasons for women being kept out of the workforce are complex, but one social factor stands out. A study by Mehta and Rai in Patna, Dhanbad, and Varanasi found that younger women in households, daughter-in-law, were the least mobile. Relatively speaking, mobility outside their neighborhood faced greater restrictions. In their prime, women typically face more obstacles to maximizing their potential. Just don't just blame the state. Governments have contributed to immobility by failing to ensure adequate safety in public places. But to circle back to the survey, if women have to be part of a thin silver of earners to enjoy greater autonomy in decision making, the problem lies within social structure. India must change. 5 years of hazy pollution mitigation. The Economic Times. Five years of Government of India launched the National Clean Air Program (NCAP). The results are a mixed bag. The program is ambitious, a target of reducing pollutants in 131 cities by 40% from 2017 by 2026. The Government of India signaled through NSAP that it recognized air pollution as a serious problem, allowing rupees 10,000 crore was yet again sign that government meant businesses. Yet it is the implementation that has lagged. To get back on track and meet the goals set for the next 5 years, Government of India must revisit the way NSEP has been rolled out and rectify shortcomings. Getting back on track requires all 131 cities to determine pollution sources. However, only a third of cities, 44, have undertaken any source apartment. Without an idea of the source of pollutants, it is not possible to devise a plan that is fit for purpose. This is a major gap that must be filled. Another required action is enhanced monitoring. While the program has fallen behind on augmenting manual monitoring, it has surpassed its target for continuous ambient air quality monitor. Yes, more data is important, but it is not sufficient to guarantee improved air quality over the next 5 years. NSET must promote as airshed approach to tackling the problem, as it has sought to do in Delhi, and focus on pushing multi sectoral actions. Improved air quality requires action across sectors, resulting in multiple benefits. At an all India level, emissions account for 37% of pollutants. A cross-sectoral approach that includes putting in place an integrated mass public transport, improved fuel standards, uptake of EVs, improved road sweeping, and increasing the use of non-motorized option, including walking, could address the issue. Poor air quality is a grave problem with implications across society and economy. India requires a more aggressive and all-of economy approach if it is to have clean, breathable air. Thank you.